You don't have to agree. Citizens of Denver 5 years ago voted to decriminalize marijuana in Denver on a campaign based on marijuana being safer than alcohol.
Can't these arguments still be made on the crack heroin issue? What do you do in those cases?
Hannity.
What are you going to do?
Well, you first look at it as a health issue rather than a criminal justice
You're a
issue.
fiscal conservative. You're a libertarian. You don't want to pay for their health care, do you?
Exactly, Sean. So listen to me. From a cost-benefit analysis...
Give them the drugs?
Listen, from a cost-benefit analysis, Portugal, 10 years ago, decriminalizes all drug use. In the last 10 years, they have statistically shown a 50% decrease in heroin use.
Wait a minute. Great Britain experimented with...
And by the way, here comes Hannity with a lie. Great Britain did not experiment in the way that Portugal did.
With the same decriminalization of heroin. And there were other... Well, we talked about this the other way. Needle Park is another failure.
I can't make an argument. Needle Park.
But wait a minute.
Let's talk about Needle Park. I can talk about all these. I can address all these issues.
If you'll shut up, Hannity.
Maintenance issues where the government ends up giving these drugs to these addicts, and the state...
Now listen to this story. It's the last one.
Then becomes the pusher, and we have people that literally are decrepit and no longer live life as a bunch of junkies.
So Chief of Police from Zurich, Switzerland, comes to Albuquerque. This is about 10 years ago. And he said, I'm Chief of Police.
I think he said, I am Chief of Police.
Zurich, Switzerland. He said when they came out with a heroin maintenance program in Zurich, Switzerland.
Free heroin.
Free heroin. Government controlled. You have to get a prescription, but free heroin. Clean needles. The idea was to reduce death, disease, crime, corruption. The things that I think really people care about. He said when they came out with this program in Zurich, this was crazy. I've been in law enforcement my entire life. All my friends were in law enforcement. We could not have been more opposed to this. Death, disease, crime, corruption was going to skyrocket. He said, I am here today to tell you Zurich is a much better place to live. Right. And citizens of Zurich voted to re-up on that program.
There you go. So
here's another one that you should listen. We need some talking points on this, and maybe a memo. When he says that, Hannity's very specious the way he argues. He'll come up with off the wall with some bull crap just to throw the guy off the track. But luckily, the guy was pretty solid.
Yeah, right, I agree.
But he says, you know what? So you're a libertarian. You want to pay for their health care? You want to pay for these? By calling it a medical thing, you want to pay for their health care? And the guy kind of just kept going on this point. Yeah. The guy should have thrown back the following. No, I don't want to pay for their health care, but it's going to save money because the way you want it, Hannity, is we arrest them, throw them in jail, pay for their room and board at $40,000 to $75,000 a year because they're in jail, and then pay for their health care in jail. So you're paying for their health care whether you like it or not, jerk.
John C. Dvorak's pet peeve of the day.